I am telling you, I have perfected the beef shawarma. I'm telling you, it gotta be extra thick. To start, let's talk meat. You can opt for a shaved ribeye like this, or you could easily buy a piece of ribeye and just get as thin strips as possible. You can use whatever cut of beef that makes you comfortable. Just make sure it's something that has a lot of fat if you're making it at home. In a bowl, toss in some yogurt. I promise you, yogurt and a meat marinade is just fantastic. To this, splash in some vinegar, a healthy amount of olive oil, aggressively squeeze in a lemon, and now we have our quote-unquote wet ingredients for the marinade. I like to add all the spices at once so I can equally distribute everything, and then we're gonna marinate the meat. Generous amounts of garlic powder, a little bit of ground clove. Clove is very strong, so be careful. Ground all spices on the same vibes. Some dried coriander, smoked paprika, onion powder, ground cardamom is essential. Then we finish with a little bit of cumin, and finally a whole lot of salt. I like to do a pinch and a half of salt per pound of meat. But come on, you just gotta season with the heart. Now, if the color of the yogurt don't change, no flavor was gained. I'm just gonna be using both the pre-shredded ribeye and the ribeye that I cut up myself. By the way, this was discolored because I had seasoned it the night before. Anyways, both go into the marinade, and we're just gonna toss and sauce that beef in all that flavor. And now it's time we marinate until we lose patience. Again, for me, that is about 2 minutes, but I would like you to go overnight if you can. Keep in mind, if you put all of the spice and when you cook it, it tastes like nothing, that just simply means you did not add enough salt. So if it's dry and flavorless like you, don't come for me. Me personally, I wouldn't handle that level of disrespect. Now, there's a lot of home methods where they stack the meat up on 2 skewers and put them in the oven. I've tried such methods and all it does is dry out the meat. Now, these components are what makes a beef shawarma a beef shawarma. In a bowl, we're gonna add more plain yogurt. We're gonna go in with tahini, which is sesame paste. To this, we're gonna squeeze in some lemon. We toss in a hefty pinch of salt. And this is also a perfect time to microplane in some garlic, but I'll be entirely honest, my garlic went bad. Optionally, you could drizzle in a little bit of olive oil. This is just my preference. And it should be nice and creamy in a light tan color. Another important topping starts off with some white onion. We're just gonna do our classic strips like this, 1 slice down the middle, and then we want nice and small, beautiful cubes like you. I'm just gonna grab a handful of parsley, give it a quick bundle, and again, try to get really small pieces just like this. The parsley meets onion, and this is just gonna add a really nice bite to all those fatty ingredients. Another popular topping you could go with is some pickled turnips, and if you could find these Middle Eastern style cucumbers, just slice them in half, and just get thin, beautiful strips like this. We want this pan to get as hot as possible so we could really char the outside of the meat without drying it out on the inside. When the pan is smoking and hot like you, we're gonna drop in our meat. You wanna hear a nice sizzle? I'll be honest, it smells extremely delicious in here. Now, when shawarma cooks on that open flame, it has a very deep smoky flavor. To replicate this flavor at home, I have a trick for you. When the meat is cooked, I'm gonna make a cute well in the middle. Grab a small bowl like this, take aluminum foil and just line it all up, and just go in with a high smoke point oil. This is olive. I'm gonna be using a natural lit charcoal. I'm gonna quickly drop it into the oil and cover. This is gonna create a deep smoky flavor. Okay, here's the bread that I'm gonna be using. It's called mar'u. It's my favorite Middle Eastern bread, and if you could get your hands on some, please use it. On our beautiful piece of bread, I'm gonna go in with our tahini sauce, a very generous pile of our lahmeh, throw on a couple pickles, a couple turnips, onions and parsley. Come on, you can't tell me that doesn't look amazing. Slight fold from the bottom, then I'm just gonna fold it on itself. I'm gonna kind of treat it like a burrito, roll it up, and then seam side down, we go straight into our panini press. You gotta put a little tahini sauce on top, and as always, now bismillah. That is just a fantastic beef shawarma. I'm serious, every single bite is packed with flavor. Oh, I forgot the fries. You could add fries to it. I have them ready. You could add fries to the sandwich. I totally forgot. And carb on carb to remind you I'm Arab. This sandwich is honestly to die for.